Mr. the President of ASEP, dear directors of PES from Africa, dear counterparts, good morning. I will start saying thanks to my General Director, Mr. Kamimute Abidias, here represented by his first Councillor, Mr. Albert Mbelel, to have given me the privilege to express myself here in order to present you this program, which is going through an exceptional success in Cameroon for the moment in terms of youth unemployment resumption. This program is targeted on the EMO approach called Special Urban Special Employment Program. We will start to see the background, the context of the program. In Cameroon, as in many developing countries, public infrastructures generally go through a certain deterioration despite the efforts made these recent years. This situation went worse with the uncontrolled urbanization provoked by a particularly rising demography. This demography caused another issue which is more crucial: urban unemployment, a scourge that touches the youth aged between 15 and 35 years old, representing more than 75% of the population. Our towns facing two urgencies. First, the improvement of the life conditions of the people, and on the other side, the reduction of unemployment of the youth. And at the first Forum of Employment of Cameroon in 1993, one of the strong recommendations were the creation of support committees to local employment developments. It is either to answer that and looking at its experience in the programs of employment development, especially with the emergency program that the National Employment Program conceived, this special urban employment program. So that program, called the USEP, is based on the use of a strong manpower and has decided through intensive projects to insert the youth, the unemployed youth, through the works of constructions, of town cleaning, and the improvement of social services in their cities. So that program INSEP responds to the two preoccupations: the improvement of urban infrastructures and the reduction of the youth unemployment. Let's notice that in the context of the rarity of financial resources, the implication of an abundant manpower is the most appropriated solution for a country, as opposed to the classical approach, which is intensive in terms of capital. And besides, the massive use of the youth in the EMO type projects can be an opportunity to insert them or to initiate them to create micro businesses. Looking at the impact of the unemployment, we can see the importance to build appropriate actions. So the National Employment Services, called decentralized collectivities. So the objective of the program is to fight against the youth unemployment through the creation of proximity jobs, through intensive manpower activities. So here it is about the improvement of the life conditions. More specifically, the program aims at offering public services, allowing to the people taking profit of it to have a revenue. It also aims at fighting against poverty, training the youth to give them a qualification in a job that they can immediately do, facilitate the employment of the youth in the little jobs, bring enterprises to orientate their social actions towards the promotion of job, which is launching a basis for a common pact for the employment of the youth. The target public is constituted of unemployed people having the appropriate skills to the activities to be done and who live in the districts that are concerned. They are particularly the youth between 15 and 35, whether they are graduated or not. The program is conducted this way. It is in partnership with the National Employment Service. It means that first, we get into contact with the districts that we have first chosen, and we ask them their work planning for the concerned exercise. So they will show us what to do in the town concerning the cleaning up of the city. There are agreement protocols that are signed between the districts and the National Employment Services. So this partnership is subject to the signature of an agreement. So the piloting of the program is assured by a committee including the Ministry of Construction, the Ministry of Urbanism, the Ministry of Employment and Professional Employment, the Ministry of the Youth, the National Agency of Employment, the concerned town hall. The activities, the support activities of the program. The main activities of this program are the following: the cleaning up of the gutters, the cleaning up of the cities, the building of paved ways in the town, the cutting of the grasses in the public areas, the rehabilitation of public gardens, the rehabilitation of green spaces, garbage dumping, especially their transformation into compost, the repair of public building, and other activities contributing to the improvement of the public framework of life. The experience of this program up to date. The program USEP was launched at Bastia on June 28, 2013 by the Ministry of Employment with the signature of a convention of partnership between the National Employment Service and the town hall of that area. That pilot phase went through a good success with the great commitment from the youth, and it made a huge impact on the physiognomy of many areas of the town, and it helped take the youth out of idleness, which is one of the very important aspects of the project. We know that the youth in a society are like a fire that is sleeping. So in order to contain them, through the USEF program, we were able to connect many youth who were making some sort of delinquent things, and this brought a significant change in the far northern side of the country where I am piloting the project. So we had to launch this program, and we succeeded to collect youth in a huge number who were not doing anything all day long and who could only for a few dollars join these bad organizations. So this program helped us to collect these young people, and thanks to this program they have some occupation and they wouldn't suffer from this temptation again. Then the program went to other areas, especially the districts of Mara 2, Mokolo, in order to launch the USEP program in the northern part of the country. Unfortunately, this area is still very dangerous. The state of the road does not allow to go quickly in order to escape dangers. So, the experience of the program up to date, the government of Cameroon is implicated in this program through the ministry called MINPAD. In order to conduct the pilot phase of the program, the MINPAD put at the disposal of the National Employment Services an amount of 524 million, with the objective to create 2,000 jobs, which brings that up to 262,000 francs. So, up to date, the program has been effective in 8 town halls: Marua 1, 2, Mura, Mokolo, and Mogode. Professional insertion. The program allowed to insert into jobs 713 young unemployed people spread like this. Unfortunately, we cannot show you. In the district of Maptia, 310 young people were inserted. In Banjul, 120 people. In Marad, 49 persons. In Moras, 72 people. Let me tell you that Moras is one of the most sensitive areas. Not less than 2 weeks ago, there was a bomb attack again in that area, and up to date, we were able to insert 72. In the second phase, we can do more. At Mokolo, we are able to insert 48. At Mogode, 40, which is up to 580 for men and 529 women. Measures. At the end of the contract, all the youth will have the following support for their reinsertion: the support to reinsertion in auto-employment, self-employment. Here, the possibility is given to each of the beneficiaries to spare a part of their revenue. We all know that the rule of IMO demands that all the employees are paid each Friday, and we propose them the solutions, the option in which they can spare a part of their revenue. They are paid 3,000 a day, so at the end of the week, they find themselves with 15,000 francs CFA. So sometimes they are able to spare the what they earn for a week. At the end of the training, there is a credit which is up to 3 times the spared amount in order to help them to start their own business. So, at the end, when they go to the credit committee, we allocate them 3 times the amount of what they have spared. As of the beginning, the youth educated through many workshops in the techniques of research of job, salaried job. For those who are interested in self-employment, we initiate them into how to launch an idea of project, and we bring them to learn a business plan. So most of them have projects orientated towards little businesses, mechanics, carpentry. They are initiated to these jobs, and for the people who like to find paid jobs, they are initiated to techniques to search for waged jobs. So we initiate them to how to write their resume, which is slide, how to write a cover letter, how to succeed at a recruitment interview. Support to the research of an idea of project. They take profit of a practical training in their activity domain. These supports allow the 309 young people to create self-employment. Details by agency: the town halls of Bafia, 60 people installed in self-employment. In Bandung, 23. In Marua, 38. Marua 2, 47. Marua 3, 25. Mora, 43. Mokolo, 30. And Mokode, 33. The support to reinsertion in a waged job, all the 713 youths took profit of the workshop of techniques to search for jobs, and these specific supports helped 75 among them who were able to join companies. On the other hand, the acquisition of competencies. Let's notice that the professional training and the acquisition of experience is a very important aspect of the program, given that with his help, we don't want to take a young person in the street and at the end of the program to see him going back to the beginning where we took him. Our idea is to bring him out of the situation we found him once the program is ended. So it means that we give them a job certificate, an experience certificate, which will allow them to find a job out of this training. Other young people wanted additional training. 105 young people were trained in that respect. It means that at the beginning, the young people that are retained are trained to jobs they can do during the 6 months coming. There is the manufacturing of the pavement. Sometimes at the end of the program, some are not interested, so they don't want to pursue with that, and we do professional interviews with them, and during the diagnosis we come to know that they are interested in other jobs where they had no chance to do. So we have training centers. We put these young people in training in those centers, and it is the National Employment Service that pays for this training. At the end of the training, these young people will come back and we'll get them ready to fight in the labor market. So 105 of them were trained. The impact of the program, there was the cleaning up of some areas of the city, jobs created for many young people, the rehabilitation of some monuments or public areas, but we also went through difficulties, the acceptation of the population of the program, the maintenance of the programs achieved. So we came to realize that some gutters that we dug, people put sand in those gutters again, and when we asked them the question, they say that they needed to have sorts of bridges over those gutters so that they are able to pass. So we have these difficulties for the maintenance of those works we did. There is also the creation of 2,000 jobs at short and long term. Some knowledges that we got through this program is to train the workers to see that the operations are programmed to make sure that a proximity control is made, to be drastic on issues. Unfortunately, we don't have the pictures to show you. Thank you, Mr. Bongu.